Hi, so this video will show you how you can add information to your content modules by using the HTML pane. And this actually will apply to any place in Brightspace where you see those same functions. So you just, apply this to anything like that. So here I'm going to go to the description and I'm going to see this. This is what we call the HTML pane. If I click this four-pointed arrow, that's going to open this up so I can really see a bunch of stuff here, right? So let's go through what all these things do. So these middle things should be pretty familiar to you if you've used Microsoft Office. If you click down here, you see the different pre-formatted headings, which you do want to use those if, to meet accommodation standards for people who might be using a screen reader. So again, when you've got content, let's say you're going to, well, let me open up something here. All right, let's say that I've got this content here. Let me just pick a little bit of it up. It's helpful if I actually use, instead of just bold, if I use, headings so that the reader, will help the student understand the different levels, right? So that's just, good for you to do. Obviously, bold, italic, underline, you can also do strikeouts and things like that. Here's where you have your formatting in terms of, indenting. This is your bulleted list. This is your numbered list. And then, of course, if you want to center it or whatever. Font family, good. This right here, I would want to change because serifed fonts are harder to read online. So like Times New Roman is harder because it's a little bitty fancy, thin and thicker. You want a non-serif font like Arial or Calibri. Then I can set the size and the color, right? And then I have an opportunity to put a table. I can use equations if I need to show mathematics or something like that. And then of course this is undo, copy, and paste. These are the different things that you still see these in Microsoft Office, but they might look a little different. So this is inserting a video. So if I click that, I have options of where I can find the video. On my computer, uploaded in my course. This right here is the built-in webcam, right? That I can actually do a short video note. I believe the limit is 5 minutes. Now, because I'm using my webcam already, it's not going to allow me to do that. But again, you can do short videos. That might be if you want to do feedback. You're also going to be able to use YouTube. So let's say, I can just search for the title, right? I've actually used this before. I can search and then I can click, right? But if I actually have a video on YouTube that I want to use, or just a link that is online, this will allow me to do the video and just copy and paste the link. So I have a YouTube channel that I upload all of my class videos to. So once I have done that, I can just pick one and go down here to share and copy the actual link and paste it. I can see that, and then I can insert it. Or you can embed code. Now, there really isn't a big difference that I can see. So if I'm going to embed it, then I just choose a different option when I'm copying. And then I come up here and I see embed. And sometimes you want to embed it, you'll see I've got some code here. And so this will allow me to change the width of it and the height of it a little bit better. And I can insert that, but you can see it's a little bit bigger, but there's no real difference there. So that can be really helpful if you're using your Zoom videos. If you're wanting to put just an image, then you can put in the URL to an image. You can look at it in your own course files, or you can find the file on your computer. And when you do embed an image, let me see, do I have an image? there it is. What it's going to do is it's going to automatically give you a place to put alternative text or to identify it as a decorative image. So if it's just decorative, which this is that I'm importing, then I don't have to put any text because it's unimportant. But if it's something that the student should be able to read, then this will allow me to give them alternative text, right? And there it is right there. This right here gives me a chance to link to all sorts of different content. So again, I can put the link to that video right there, and then I have to title it, and then I can say, do I want to open it in the same frame, or do I want to open it up in a different window? I can also add links to quizzes, handouts, discussion boards, anything you see here. So this is nice if I want them to, if I want to say, finish reading the handout, then take quiz 3 by the deadline, right? And so then I can highlight quiz 3. I can click that link. I can go to assessments, click the assessment if I haven't created it. If I need to create it, I can say create new assessment, and it's going to, allow me to put a placeholder in there. But then I would have to go back and actually go to assessments and actually then create the quiz. It's just going to, again, do a placeholder, but it's not going to allow me to create any questions, right? So again, I find that doing the setup of assignments like this, instead of doing a bunch of modules, helps my students navigate the course a lot easier. In fact, when I started doing that last fall, I did a test with my Zoom classes where I did a unit the way I usually did it, and then I did a unit where I just kind of gave an overview of the entire week, where I would say week 1 would be the module, and then I would say Monday, and I would have a bulleted list of what we were going to do in class and the activities that were related to that. Then I would say homework, and I would list anything like readings as well as assignments and discussion board posts that they had to do. And then I would have Wednesday's class. And once I started just linking to everything right there, and then just uploading in subsequent modules content that repeated that, right? They just found it a lot easier to navigate. And I don't know if I can find a class. Let me see if this one is one. Yeah, so like right here, this was, again, a really long assignment. And so because it was Zoom, I could walk them through it. But you can see here, SA2 instructions, and then there would be, an assignment where they would actually have to use that information. Again, this makes it a lot easier for them to navigate and find the information, like right here. Okay, here's a better example. I think that other one was before we went to online, and this is after we switched to online. So you can see here, I'd say day 1. So that's week 4, right? And they knew that they were starting the 3rd essay, right? So day 1, class hour 1, right? Class hours 2 to 3. So this is where, I was doing an accelerated course, and I was actually showing them, breaking it down. If we were meeting face to face, this is how many days we have to get through, 3 class hours in one day. Here's how you should partition up your time. And then day 2, right, with all this homework. Once I started doing this, I had so much better results from students. But you can see I still have links to the different assignments down here as well. So again, you can do both, but students really like this one the best. The other one just kind of gave other options, and again, made it quicker for them to find files sometimes. So you need to figure out what your organization is going to be. That's a good fit for the kind of course that you take. I would say the more pieces that you have going any one given week, like readings and assignments and quizzes and things like that, the more you need to do something like this, because again, the more they have to click, the easier it is for them to lose their way or to just not even get what they're supposed to do. So if you have other questions about how to format, again, one of these, oh, I did want to tell you, I forgot down here. Down here, what you have, this is your spell check. This checks for accessibility. So it didn't detect any accessibility issues with the content here. This allows you to actually go in and, you know, mess with the code if you're of that kind of inclination. And this gives you a preview of what it's going to look for the students, right? And then you just want to make sure that you update it always. And that's it. That's your basics of how to put together a content module.